Hello, and welcome to your Filtering Data in Excel lesson. Filtering data in Excel can easily help you locate your content or reduce the size of the data on your spreadsheet so only specific information is displayed. This feature not only filters your data, but it can also filter the data based on criteria being met. Today we will demonstrate the standard and custom filtering methods. So stay tuned for this very valuable information, which is a must for all Excel users.
I would like to begin by showing you where to locate your tools. Let's go to the Home ribbon, let's go to the Editing group, and let's get the drop down for the Sort and Filter icon. Next, let's go to the Filter icon, which resembles a funnel. This is the tool you will use to filter your data. Now you can also locate this tool by going to your Data ribbon. Let's go to the Sort and Filter group, and here you will also locate the same icon that you located on the Home ribbon. Okay, so let's begin by turning on our first filter. Let's select the City column. Let's go ahead to the Home ribbon in the Editing group, and let's get the drop down filter. Go ahead and select the filter to turn on the filter. As you can see, you have a filter applied to the City group. Now let's go ahead and deselect it to turn off the single filter. Next, I want to go ahead and turn on filters for all of our categories. Let's click inside any cell. Let's go back to the Home ribbon. Let's go to the Editing group. Let's get the drop down and select the filter again. Now as you can see, this time it applied the filter to each of your categories, making each one a filterable category. So let's start by going ahead and doing a basic standard filter. Let's go ahead and select our group category and get the drop down. And let's go ahead and deselect all and select the WA. And then let's just go ahead and say OK. Okay, so now as you can see, as I scroll through, everything has been removed with the exception of my category that contains the WA. Okay, so that's your first standard filter. Let's go ahead and do another. Staying in the same group category, let's get the drop down. Let's go ahead and remove the WA. And this time I want to select the NSW and the QLD. And let's go ahead and say OK. Let's scroll through our list again. And as you can see, the list only contains NSW and QLD, and the WA has also been removed. Okay, now let's go ahead and scroll all the way back up. And next I would like to go ahead and do a filter by color. We're going to stay within the group category. Let's go ahead and get the drop down again. Let's go ahead and select all to include all of our data. Next, let's go up and say filter by color. And let's go ahead and select the red and say OK. So now as you can see, when you scroll through your list, your group is now filtered by color, and you only have the WA and the ACT groups remaining. So all the categories that were in black font has been removed from the list. Before we continue, I would like to restore the data for our next exercise. Let's go back up to the group category and get the drop down. Let's go ahead and say select all and say OK. Next, I want to move over into some of our more advanced methods. Let's head over to our company name group. So here I am looking for a company name that starts with a PO or a SO. I can't remember the name. Let's see if Excel can help me narrow it. Let's go ahead and get the drop down. And let's say text filters. Let's go ahead and say begins with. And here in the first category, I want to say begins with, and I want to type SO. Okay. Now I want to go ahead and select or. In that second drop down, I want to type begins with again. And then let's go ahead and say PO this time. Now let's go ahead and say OK. So as you can see, Excel has helped me narrow my information and I am now able to locate the company. Okay, so we're going to do another exercise using a similar method, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap up this video. So let's go back into the company name and let's get the drop down. Let's go ahead and say select all. Next, let's say text filters. Now this time we're going to say ends with. Now what I'm looking for this time is a company name that ends with LTD or ends with CO. So let's go ahead in the first category. We're going to get the drop down that says ends with. And then we're going to go ahead and say LTD. Let's go ahead and say or. Let's go ahead and in the second category, let's say ends with again. And then let's go ahead and say CO. Now let's go ahead and say OK. As you scroll through your list, you will see that the company either ends with a CO or LTD. And we're going to go ahead and end the video here. I hope you found this information helpful, and I will see you in the next lesson.
Congrats on completing this video. You are doing an outstanding job. Be sure to save your work and then go ahead and take a break. Job well done today.